title of the video and you're wondering, how could this possibly be true? The answer, spoiler alert, the answer is yes. 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 Holding in, refraining from using the bathroom for an extended period of time, particularly number 2, not to be, too foul up front, has impressive intellectual impacts that are essential to becoming super intelligent. Being super intelligent is not being super smart, by the way. If you don't understand that, super intelligence is a different class of intelligence altogether. Make sure to watch my other videos. Yes. Holding in your, refraining from number 2 again. Impressive impacts on concentration. I was going to say libido. That is true, but that's not really the topic of today's video. Concentration, memorization, just overall analytic abilities. Yes. It is essential. I'm going to get to that later. For many of you, you're probably wondering, huh? Why? That sounds ridiculous. It sounds so stupid. It sounds so gross. I can maybe understand where you're coming from. It's hard for me to explain exactly why it works, but here's my best attempt at explaining why. This video isn't really about explaining why. It's just more explaining that you should be doing it. You should be doing it. But here's why it works. Consider meditation. What do you do when you're meditating? Most people meditate. They set aside 20 minutes, whatever, and they just kind of sit there silently and they just focus on their breathing. They sit there and they focus. Now, what are the downsides of meditation? The downsides mainly of meditation is, you kind of sit there and there's kind of, you have to set it, you're kind of wasting time there. There's time you could be productive that you're kind of spending meditating. And obviously because of that, you can't really be doing it constantly. You can't be doing it constantly, and it's not really gripping. It's not really as potent as you want it to be to get these massive intellectual impacts. So obviously there's some impressive things with meditation, but it's ultimately not enough to get to super intelligence. Now, why does holding in your shit, why does that work so well? Well, it's basically the exact same process. It's a different orifice, but it is an orifice nonetheless. And instead of focusing on what's coming in and out, it's mostly about what's trying to get out. But that's constant simulation, especially as it gets more and more and more strong. That constant simulation basically gives you the exact same intellectual impacts, but it's happening constantly, and it's more potent, it's more strong, it's that strength, and it is that, you're always feeling it, and it's always going to be pulsing through your veins, you're always going to be getting that intellectual, you're always going to be feeling that. And that is why it's so strong, that's why it's so effective, that's why you need to be doing it. Now, I know, it's going to turn off some of you. If it's going to turn you off, you're probably just not built for super intelligence. But if it's turning you off, it is possible to get around it, but this is a bedrock foundational concept. We're going to be coming back to this constantly in future videos. Future videos are constantly going to be relying on this technique just to get there. It's basically just you're kind of assumed to be doing it already when you're doing some of these other techniques. You could maybe get around it. There's probably ways to do it. I'm not aware of anyone who has, but there's probably ways to do it. Maybe as minimal times as possible, just in more important high stress moments. But yeah, you're gonna need to do this. You're gonna be mastering this. I would say I'm not really going to give dietary advice because that kind of defeats the point. If I said okay, don't eat lots of fiber, so you need to be going to the bathroom constantly. That kind of defeats the point because if you need to go less, if you focus your diet around needing to go less, that just means you're going to get, there's going to be less difficult. It's going to be less difficult. It's going to be less painful, and you're going to get less intellectual impacts as a result. It's basically just saying, okay, you're just getting a light mode. You're not getting the full strength, the full thrust if you're, changing your diet so it's less of an impact. I'm not saying you should never go, and I'm not saying you need to be doing this for the rest of your life. I think many people do, but yeah, you can go when it becomes painful, or obviously it should be painful constantly, but when it becomes too much to bear, if you basically found the pinnacle of I'm going to actually die, that's when you should be considering going. But anyways, yeah, that's the video. I just get on it. Just get on it if you aren't already. Trust me on this. Okay, but that's the video. Thank you for watching. Well, no, I don't really care if you enjoyed watching. Or I don't really care about thanking you or if you enjoyed watching. Whatever. Okay, bye-bye.